Welcome, students. Starting with a new chapter, an amazing chapter, a little big chapter where every concept will be interlinked. Okay, so it's a big chapter where each and every lecture and each and every concept will be interlinked and we'll be using them throughout the chapters. Okay, so very important chapter from your great perspective. Very important. Let's start. The name of the chapter is Algebraic Expressions and Identities. Okay, any expression, what do you mean by expression? In front of you there are 4 questions written on the screen. 7a cube plus 3a plus 17, 20s raised to 7 plus 24a minus 21, ab plus cd plus ef, 12x square minus 6. These 4 things are called as expressions. What are identities? We'll let you know. I'll explain you as we'll move ahead in the chapter. Okay, so as always, my job will be to cater you the most difficult aspect or so-called difficult aspect. Nothing is difficult in maths. So-called difficult aspects, in very simple way, in like a plate in front of you, in a form of a cake in front of you. Okay, my job will be just to hand over to you everything in very simple way, in very simple language. So let's start without wasting any time. Algebraic expressions and identities. Question number 1, please, all of you, all eyes over here. Question number 1, identify the terms and their coefficients other than constants. Okay, once again let's understand the question. Identify the terms. Okay, what are terms? Identify them. And their coefficients. Okay, other than constants. Other than constants means, first of all, if we see this question, there are 2 things in this question. First is to identify the terms. Identify the terms is the one question, and you have to identify their constants. Second sub part of the question. Okay, we have to identify their coefficients. We have to identify their coefficients, but यहाँ पे they have expressed it clearly that other than the constants means we have to write the coefficients, but not for those terms which are constants. Okay, I know many of you must be a little bit confused over there, so let's start, all of you. Before starting this, I'll give you one example. Before actually starting this 4 questions, I'll give you my note as usual to just explain you all what actually I need to portray. Students, please pay attention over here. I'm writing an expression for you all here, that 7x square plus 9x plus 10y cube plus 17z plus 100 is equal to 0. Okay, a random expression I'm writing over here. Okay, everything is in plus. Okay, let me do one change. I'll write here minus. It's just a random example. Okay, 7x square plus 9x plus 10y cube minus 17z plus 100 equals to 0. Okay, now the basic question to you all, nothing new I'm teaching you all, very basic things. Tell me, what are the variables? What are the variables in this equation? This is an equation. Okay, any expression which has equal to sign is called as equation. Okay, and the 4 questions in front of you on the screen does not have that equal to sign, equal to symbol, so they are just expressions. This all are expression, and this is equation. Okay, it does not matter a lot. Okay, so over here I just want to ask you all that how many variables we can see over here. We can see over here x is one of the variables, y is one of the variables, and z is another variable. 3 variables we can see. Okay, so now students, tell me one thing. If x, y and z are the variables, then here I can see x square, but okay, fine, power can be anything. Here I have x square, but can I say here we have variable? Okay, here the power of x is nothing. That means by there is nothing means there is 1 over here. So here also I have variable. Here the power of y is 3. So here also I have variable. Here the power of z is nothing mentioned, means it's 1 by default. So here also I have variable. But here in 100, in plus 100, I don't have variable. Okay, so I'll write over here no variable. no variable. Okay, now let me explain you all this question with the help of my example over here. Identify the terms. We have to identify the terms. Okay, what are terms? What are terms? See, everything is not possible for me to write in statement form. In an expression or in an equation, whenever we have plus and minus signs, they create terms. I repeat again, plus and minus symbols, plus and minus symbols creates terms. Plus and minus symbols create terms. So here I can see a plus, here I can see a plus, here I can see a minus, here I can see a plus. So this plus and minus symbol creates terms. For your knowledge, very important, multiply and division symbol does not creates any term. Okay, to explain this note, I'll give you one example. 7 multiply by x multiply by y multiply by z. Here I can see multiply. Let me add one more thing, divided by 95. Here I can see division symbol. So how many terms you can see here? Now I'm starting with the concept of terms. Pay attention. How many terms you can see here? You will say here we have one term, only one term, because multiply division, multiply and division does not create any terms, does not forms any terms. Who forms terms? Only plus and minus symbols creates terms. Okay, so that's the reason. If I have, again, let me give you another example for this. This was example number 1. This is example number 2 now. I have 7 plus x multiply by y divided by z. How many terms we can see here? I will say here I have only one plus symbol. I told you only plus and minus symbols creates terms. Multiply and divide symbol does not create terms. So thus this is one term. This is one term, and there is multiply, there is division. So this entire is one term. So this is one term, this is one term, this is one term. So totally how many terms we have in this expression? I have 2 terms here. I have 2 terms. Okay, this is the logic. So plus and minus symbol defines or forms or creates the terms. Multiply and division does not create or forms the terms. That's why this entire is one term. Multiply and division are there. Okay, so let's start over here. So here in the example in front of you, I have just used plus and minus symbols. So of course they create terms. Now if we see the first question here in front of you, identify the terms and coefficients other than the constants. Identify the terms. So how many terms I can see here? All of you see here. The answer I'm writing here with a green pen. Okay, I have written here terms. So I'll write here different terms. This is one term, second term, third term, fourth term, and fifth term. So there are 5 different terms. On the right hand side of equal to sign is just a 0. So we'll not consider 0 anymore as a term. But if we had any other thing, then of course we would have counted that. Okay, so here it's, what are the different terms over here? 7x square, comma, 9x, comma, 10y cube, comma, pay attention, here it's minus 17z. So I'll write here minus 17z. Here in front of 7x square there was nothing, means by default it's plus, but we never write plus. By default it's always plus. 9x ka sign is plus, but we no need to write, but when nothing is mentioned, by default it's plus. 10y cube, by default it's plus. It's minus 17z. Okay, and here it's 100. Now along with this 100 there was no variable. So whenever with any of the terms we don't have variable, we call that term as constant term. Whenever I'll mark 5 stars over here on this note, please. Whenever with any of the terms we don't have any variable, here no variable we were having along with this 100, so we call that term as constant term. Okay, so here 7x square plus 9x plus 7x square, comma 9x, comma 10y cube, comma minus 17z, comma 100 are the number of terms. Okay, the next part of the question is also identify the coefficients other than the constants. Now what are coefficients? What do you mean by the word coefficients? Pay attention please. Coefficient को हिंदी में I'll explain. The coefficient का मतलब the number वेरिएबल के साथ में है, वेरिएबल के साथ वाला नंबर, द नंबर सपोर्ट इट और कॉम्प्रीहेंड इट with the variable. The number along with the variable, the number along with the variable is called as the coefficient. Now if you see here, it's 7x square. Okay, now I'm writing over here coefficients. Now number along here, the variable is x. Of course the power of the variable is square, but it does not matters for me. So x square, so here x is a variable. So what is the number along with the variable? 7. So the coefficients will be 7. Here over here the variable is x. What is the number along with the variable? It's 9. So coefficient will be 9. Here it will be 10. Here the variable is z. Pay attention, it's an important one. Here the variable is z. So what is the number associated or along with the variable? It's minus 17. Don't say plus 17. Okay. And over here, students, here there is no variable. Very, very important. So here nothing will come. Okay. So whenever we have a constant term does not have any coefficient, because itself it's a coefficient only. Okay, so pay attention, very important. Whenever in an expression, whenever we don't have variables in any of the term, here we have 100, and in this 100 I don't have any variable, this 100 will be called as constant term because it does not have any variable. Okay, and of course it's a term, so we counted it in the terms. So terms are 7x square, 9x, 10y cube, 17z and 100. But whenever we count the coefficients, so 7 is along with x square, so 7 came as coefficients, 9 came, 10 will come, minus 17 will come, but 100, nothing will come for 100 because 100 was a constant term. So for a constant term, there is no concept of coefficients. Okay, because coefficient ka definition is the number which is along with the variable. Okay, so all of you pause the video please, everyone. Please copy my example over here, this first. Okay, and then do write everything whatever I have written on the screen first. Okay students, hope you all have copied that note. Now very quickly, I think so you don't need to wait for me, you can do simultaneously along with me. Okay, the first question, 7a cube plus 3a plus 17. Here we can see there are plus symbols over here, so and plus and minus symbols forms or makes terms. So this here 7a cube is one term, 3a is another term and 17 is another term. So how many terms we can see over here? I can see here 7a cube, comma 3a, comma 17. These three terms I can see over here. Okay, what are coefficients? Coefficient उसको बोलते हैं, the coefficient term means the number which is along with the variable. यहाँ पे variable कौन है? Variables are always the alphabets. So a is the variable. So 7 is the coefficient of a cube, right? So here I'll write 7 is one of the coefficients. Of course, it's the coefficient of a cube. Now from 3a, I can say a, of course a is variable, so 3 is the coefficient. But 17 is a pure constant term because 17 के साथ में कोई variable नहीं है. So because 17 is a pure constant terms, so a constant term, in a constant term we don't have any concept of coefficients because they themselves are the numbers, and coefficient means the numbers along with the variables. A constant term does not have any variables, so there is no concept of coefficients to find coefficients from the constant term. So that's it, this is the answer. I'll mark a full stop over here. 7 and 3 are the coefficients and the terms are these many. Okay, let's very quickly solve another question please. Now you can increase our speed please. So this is first term, second term and third term. So terms are 20s raised to 7, comma 24a, comma minus 21. But here I can clearly see that s and a I can see over here. Here the variables are a and s. I can see here, I can see a. Variables are the alphabets. So any term which has variables, okay, so they also have coefficients. 7 is a variable. 7 ke power mein I have 7. Okay, fine. But what is the coefficient? 20 is the coefficient. Okay, so coefficient of this term is 20. In this term 24a, a is the variable, so of course plus 24, which is 24 only, will be the coefficient of a. Coefficient ka definition is the number along with the variable. So here 24 will be the answer. Okay, the number. Okay, and over here Pay attention please everyone over here. It's minus 21, and minus 21 over here we can clearly see it's a pure constant term. It's a constant term. Why? Because it does not have any variable, neither s nor a nor any alphabets. So minus 21 is a pure constant term, so there will be no coefficient coming over here. So that's it, all of you. That's it. So 20 and 24 are the coefficients, and the terms are these many. Okay, let's proceed ahead, all of you. Here we have only alphabets. Okay, so here we cannot rectify. Students, pay attention. Here we cannot rectify. It's an important question. I'll mark a star over here. Here we cannot rectify what is coefficient and what is variable. Understand please. If I say 7x for example, so x is variable, 7 is coefficient. What is coefficient? Coefficient एक number होता है जो variable के साथ होता है. Okay. But if I say xy, so here x is also variable, y is also variable. So yeah, I cannot say that x is coefficient for y or y is coefficient for x. No, I cannot say. Here x is also variable, y is also variable. So in this term xy, there will be no coefficient. Okay, and this will be one term because it's x multiplied by y. Okay, so similarly over here AB is one term, CD is one term, EF is one term. So total we have 3 terms. So number of terms are 3, AB, CD, EF. Okay, speaking about coefficients please, all of you. How many coefficients we can see? So I'll say here we have no coefficients. Here we have no coefficients. Why no coefficients? Coefficients are the numbers along with the variables. तो यहाँ पे A भी variable, B भी variable है. So there are no numbers. Okay. Of course, someone can definitely say that where there is nothing, there is one. Okay. So in that aspect, somebody can say that 1 is the coefficient. But right now we will not be writing any coefficient because we have two variables. If suppose I have something here plus x, I would be having plus x over here. So here it's only one variable. So iska coefficient I would definitely I would have told it's 1. But because here are two variables, so according to textbook they say that there are no coefficients. But of course it is also a fact that when where there is nothing, there is always 1. So we can consider here 1, 1, 1 over here. Okay. So if any student writes the answer for this question as the coefficients are 1, 1, 1, then also it's a correct answer. Don't worry about it. Okay. Last one please. How many terms we can see over here? There are two terms. One is 12x square and other is minus 6. So 12x square comma minus 6. These are the two terms. What are coefficients we can see? Coefficients are the numbers along with the variables. Here it's definitely the variable is x over here please. Okay. Variable is x. So here along with x square I have 12. So 12 is one of the coefficient. 12 and minus 6 is a pure constant. It's a constant. Minus 6 is a pure constant. So here there will be no coefficient. So answer is terms are 12x square and minus 6 and coefficient is only 12 please. Constant. Pause the video please and do it fast everyone. Students, now the next question is very simple. Very simple. Actually, frankly speaking, you all have completed this in your previous grade, in your previous standard. But then too, we'll say just a revision for you all please. Let's very quickly see this. Classify the following polynomials as monomials, binomials and trinomials. What do you mean by monomial? Monomials means any term which has any expression which has one term. Binomial, mono, the word mono means one. The word bi means two. So binomial means any expression which has two terms. Okay. Tri means three. So trinomials means any expression having three terms. That's it. So mono means one. So monomial means any expression having only one term. Binomial means bi means two. So binomials means any expression having two terms. Trinomials means any expression having three terms. Okay. So if at all somebody can ask, what will you call any expressions who has more than three terms? So in journal, whenever we have more than three terms, we call that expression as polynomial. Just a polynomial. Of course, these are also polynomials. See, the question itself says classify the polynomials. Different questions will be given. They are every monomial, every binomial, every trinomial is a polynomial. Polynomial is just a general aspect, a general word given to you. Okay, but more than 3 terms are there, then we just call it as polynomial. Okay, but to be very precise, if 1 term then monomial, 2 terms means binomial, 3 terms means trinomial, everyone. So let's start with the concept, please. Okay, students, here you can see in front of you there are 4 different questions I have written over here. Okay, and we need to identify whether they are monomial, binomial or trinomial, or if the number of terms are more than 3, we call it as polynomial. Okay, before starting with the actual concepts over here, please everyone, let me very quickly give you once again some examples over here. See here, please everyone. If I say x plus y minus z plus a plus b minus f. Okay, how many terms you can see over here? I have total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 terms. I have here 6 terms. Okay. I'm not in the debate of what is monomial, binomial, trinomial. That's very simple, you know. 1 term means monomial, 2 terms means binomial, 3 terms means trinomial, more than 3 terms are polynomial. So these are 6 terms, more than 3 terms. So it's a polynomial. It's a 6 terms. Okay. Now once again, I want to give another example. X multiplied by Z divided by A multiplied by F multiplied by C multiplied by G divided by E. Now tell me how many terms we have here. Can I say here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 terms? Here I have 7 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a big cross over here. Here I have only 1 term, because multiplication, division, multiplication, division, because division and multiplication, because division and multiplication do not form terms. They do not form terms. Who forms terms? Plus and minus symbols. Plus and minus symbols creates or forms the terms. Okay, only plus and minus symbols creates or forms terms. Multiply and division do not form terms. That's the reason this is complete 1 term. And here we have 6 different terms, because plus and minus signs creates, forms or makes terms. Okay, let's start, all of you. It's very simple now, all of you. The question says classify the following polynomials as monomial, binomial or trinomial. Okay, so here let's start, everyone. Over here it's given over here, this is my complete 1 term, this is my 1 term, this is my 1 term. So there are total 3 terms. So here I have, answer will be, here we have 3 terms, here we have 3 terms. So 3 terms means it's a trinomial. It's a trinomial. Okay, it's a trinomial, please. Okay, next one. Will we consider A as 1 term, B as a 2nd term, C as 3rd term and D as 4th term? No. Here I gave you an example. Because A and B के बीच में कुछ नहीं है, मतलब multiply है. B and C के बीच में कुछ नहीं है, means we have multiply. C and D के बीच में कुछ नहीं है, means we have multiply. And multiply and division does not forms different terms, does not segregates the terms, bifurcates the terms. So this A, B, C, D completely is 1 term. We have here 1 term. So 1 term means this is a monomial. Monomial expression, please. Okay. Next one, please. I have 1 upon x. 1 upon x can be also written as 1 divided by x. So will we say that 1 is 1 term and x is another term? Of course not. So this complete. So it's called as 1 term, that is monomial. Okay, because we have it only 1 term, so it's monomial. Okay, the last question now, very simple one. I have this question, I have this 1 term, 2nd term for minus 45a square. This is 1 2nd term, plus 56a 3rd term, 4th term. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I had 3 terms, it's called as trinomial. More than 3 terms, we call it as polynomial. So here I have 4 terms. Okay, and it's polynomial. Okay, so that's it, students. Pause the video please and do it fast, everyone.